Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, on behalf of your Denver-based podcast crew, we appreciate you joining us for the Friendly Vibes.
Coming to you live from what is soon to be the end of the political process itself. I am joined by another fun, politically inclined individual, a stand-up comedian, and an all-around great dude who looks great in baby blue. Patrick Trujillo is here with me live.
What's up, Sean? How's it going?
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
We're enjoying some Moscow mules because it looks like a Russian agent might get reelected. Who knows, man? This is going to be crazy. We're recording several weeks ahead, but this is going to come out maybe 5 days before the ballot.
It's a good guess. I think my sneaky pick for presidential pick is going to be Benjamin Netanyahu. It seems like actually
via special interest by the transitive property, Benjamin Netanyahu will be.
I don't know if the trans are voting for him, but you know, I think
I thought they cut off those properties. I mean, now you would be a fan of cutting off resources to certain properties. Am I right? Go on.
Yo, zing. Yeah, getting in there. We're going to take your privates and then they're ours.
You should know something. Producers of the show, they're like, hey, try to keep it, tame off the first 5. YouTube likes the top 10 to be tame. Whenever they're not here, I'm go right into Israel.
I was going to say, that's
Israel.
right. You got to wait a minute to say a curse word on YouTube, I think is like usually the vibe, right?
I mean, I'm sure they'll blacklist me whenever they find the show.
Yeah, and I'll say, hey, fuck that.
I mean, hey, I think there's one hill where I'm like going to end up dying on, and it's free speech, and I think it's so important and foundational to every other good part of a productive society.
Oh, I agree, but I think the most important thing about free speech is like, you have the freedom of speech, but you don't have like the freedom from consequence, like that's like my one thing with like free speech is like, you can say whatever you want, but like people will be like, I only called him 5 slurs. Like, why am I in trouble now? And it's like, yeah, you have the freedom to say that, but now people are mad at you. Like, believe it or not, like,
Yes, you should understand that the ramification of your freedoms can be turned against you in the public sphere. Yeah, you shouldn't be allowed to be a bigot and then also cry wolf for being wanting to be loved.
Exactly, yeah. Like the consequences of your actions, like, exist.
Yes, and I mean, I certainly don't think that the consequences should be, you said horrible thing about my child, I can punch you in the face. Maybe that's a step too far. You should maybe be able to say something horrible about their child back to them.
It makes me wonder, how bad is your child? I guess that's the first question.
You go right to blaming the victim, Patrick.
Yeah,
that child had it coming. Did you see what he was wearing?
They did call me Patrick Victim Blaming Trujillo.
That's a mouthful. Man, those high schoolers were advanced thinkers. They take an AP classes, these high schoolers.
Yeah, it was a bit of a walk, but they called me. They called me. No way.
You're about the same age as me. You're from the same area as me. Brighton, Colorado, we discovered before the show.
Yeah.
Lovely Brighton, Colorado, man.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's
You look like no, please don't take offense to this joke. You look like the 8-year-old kids I played football against from Brighton. No. That I was like, how the fuck did they get this big at 8?
100%. I'm very corn-fed.
Yes.
I think that's a good description.
American made.
Yeah, American.
Soldered on the hip.
I'm Ford tough.
You are built Ford tough.
I'm built Ford tough.
I used to be a little bit more Ford tough. I'm kind of ramming myself down into Chevy land.
Getting down,
yeah.
And if you lose some more weight, you'll be ready for Toyotathon.
Oh, dude, I would love to hit Toyotathon by the winter. Come the turn of the new year, I'm a Toyotathon man.
I'm a Toyotathon man.
One of our producers is like very high metabolism, skinny dude, and he has been taking him from cigarette to cigarello, so it's cigarello summer. So we're gonna have to have a revisit of that and see the gains.
He's just wrapping him in like
papers,
tobacco leaves,
leaf after leaf. Who's ready for your leafing, Sam?
Who's ready for you? Come, let me leave you. Is it cool if I vape on this?
Please.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's do it. So did you play any sports growing up?
I didn't play any sports growing up. I actually started my first sport as like an adult like a year ago.
Okay, what was that? Chess? Not a sport, Patrick. Nice try.
No, you know, funny enough, competitive crying. We just talk about our moms, and then the first one to cry is gay. It's kind of crazy. I started playing roller hockey.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, my friends actually have been playing since they were like 10, and they were like, come get this shit, like come get it, like come
Low-key,
try.
that's like a thing in Colorado, I've heard. Colorado and Utah especially. I think Arizona too, maybe.
Yeah. Also, do you want to hit this?
Oh, dude, I'll tell
Yeah.
Swarovski.
Oh yeah, a little Swarovski.
Oh, no, this isn't, I mean, this is like
But
levels up from me. Miami mint. What is that, mint with cocaine?
Yeah, I wish it would have been a lot more expensive.
Milk of Miami. That's a good flavor name too.
Moon over my dude. Have you ever been to Denny's? Dude, what is it like? Fucking moon over my hammy or some shit like that.
Moon's over, moon's over
dude,
my hammy.
Dude, fucking delicious. It's the best sandwich you can buy.
Is this one of the vapes that you can watch porn on?
Dude, you know, it glows. And then I'm autistic enough that the sparkles make me come, so it's close enough.
Stars.
Yeah, I'm like,
Look, SpongeBob, stars.
That's Orion. It's pretty good.
Oh my goodness, dude. I've been wanting so badly. These neighbors of mine, they've got their political signs up. They've had them up for a long time, and now on the edges of their property line, so that you come anywhere near their property, you know.
You know exactly.
You know their ideals, which is important in the modern world. You gotta know your ideals. You gotta be able to put them out on a sign.
Yeah. If you don't advertise it, then how are people?
So people don't know about my ideals, right? I mean, I got this. You know, there's some signals. I don't want to give away too much, but there's some signals.
There's some dog whistles.
I've been wanting so badly to put up signs to say I think my taxes should go to pay for trans surgeries on people with federal crimes.
Yeah, to Venezuelans.
Paroled Venezuelans. Yeah, something like that. It's a little wordy, but
dude, oh my god, I saw a commercial the other day that I straight thought was like parody. It was like,
yes,
Kamala Harris is trying to fucking fund trans Venezuelans, and I was like, dude, what? This is not real. Like,
both sides of it are so crazy. It's like Trump's ads are they look like parody. Kamala's ads look like they're an SNL skit too. Did you see the one with the men? It was like written by, it turns out it was written by like, you know, a Hollywood director, and all the people were like actors, but they're playing like what they think to be good American people of like, I'm a farmer in X place and this is my life. And they lay out these scenarios that are just, they're so folly filled that it's like, it sounds like an SNL bit. It sounds like you're trying to make fun of what an average American man would be. And it's like the liberal left's so disconnected with the average American man, and the rights are disconnected with average Americans in that way, where it's like, okay,
no,
you need to chill.
I love the disconnectedness because
it is fun. It makes for good comedy.
It makes for great. No, I mean, sometimes that's the thing, is like the best political commentary we get, like comedy, is like SNL. It's like,
no, it's not. It hasn't been for some time.
No, I know, but that's like the most popular, you know.
Yes, it's like, it's kind of sad.
It is kind of sad. It's like no one else is gonna say something like, this is the best we got.
Well, we had during the pandemic that Andrew Schultz show. That was like an attempt at it, right? Swipe at like, let me write as many jokes as tight as possible and pack in, you know, a news show, political discourse style thing.
Yeah.
But SNL has that sketch style live audience thing captured and carved out to the point where you can't touch it.
Yeah, it's so like,
or you can't touch it in the minds of the average voter in Missouri who's 65 and what, you know, she watches ABC and maybe Saturday Night Live when she knows the guest type of thing.
Exactly. Like when she's feeling silly, she stays up late enough to watch SNL.
Ooh, Irish coffee. Like, oh man, Barbara, put it away.
When she's wondering where her husband is.
He's at the Elks Club.
Yeah, exactly.
He's at the local Legion.
Yeah.
Getting ripped.
Bingo's going long. Dude, oh my God. My mom legitimately a couple days ago was like, well, hey, we have trivia at the Elks coming up.
Hey,
You
it's going to
should
start
really
sounding
go.
better and better to you as you get older. Let me tell you.
Oh my
Each
God,
year that passes, Patrick, that Elks Club trivia is going to sound more and more appealing.
I'm not gonna lie, I was like, yeah, I'd love to. I would love to go to the Elks Club and play trivia, dude.
Like, damn, Mom, that sounds fun.
I was like, shit. I'm gonna make these older white men mad. They didn't fund the schools.
And
I
then your
went
mom
to.
calls after trivia and she's like,
Full circle though, bunch of illegals.
didn't win. These Venezuelan gangs,
These-
Patrick.
These Venezuelan gangs. They keep getting all the questions correct.
B-52, they've got it. O-27, Venezuelan again.
No, dude,
The blackout square, they've got it already blacked out.
dude, my mom is not against illegals though.
Unless it's bingo.
No.
And then she's against illegals.
Yeah, then she's like, "Hey, go on,
You
get
didn't
it."
pay for this card.
No, it's like one of my favorite jokes I have working right now is about how like my sister's dad straight up was like a Guatemalan illegal who got deported back, and then he got murdered when he went back to Guatemala.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, so your parents got divorced?
It's presumptuous that they were married in the first place.
Sorry, thank you.
No.
You're right, you do look like a bastard.
I
I should have assumed that, Patrick. That's my bad. I've been doing this show for a while now. I should have pegged you for a bastard.
well, don't peg me. I usually charge for that. You know,
It'd be $50.
But
So you and a younger sister?
yeah. So yeah. I have my younger sister. Like, and that's totally like the joke. The joke that I do is like, it's like, oh yeah, like, you know, my sister's dad got sent back to Guatemala. He was there for like a week and he got murdered outside of a bar. And that's the craziest way I've ever seen someone fucking dodge child support payments. That's fucking nuts.
That's good.
But
I like that.
It's also 100% true. I told that in front of my sister, whose dad that's about, and she was like, well, I didn't like that one so much. And I was like, well, fair.
There's a reason there used to be a term called men's conversation.
Yeah.
There's a lady present. Don't say that was a phrase that was thrown around for many years for a reason. It's because you bitches can't hang sometimes.
Anyway, repeal, what is that, 22nd? Repeal the 22nd Amendment.
19th.
What's the 22nd?
Not that I'm really worried about it. Not that I've been thinking about it or anything.
I on my list of amendments to repeal.
I mean, there's a lot of
on there.
I mean, it's on the list. No, I think voting should be only for the people that like own mega corporations.
Oh,
That's kind of how it is, right? Already, like, can we just stop this facade that like a vote isn't just for the mega corporations, because that's what it is.
God. 100%.
And then they can give money to both sides. I can give you, hey, you're the Democrat, I'm the Republican. I'm gonna give you, I'm here's Boeing over here. Here's 10,000 for you. Here's 10,000 for you. And then whoever wins, I get my interest represented.
And you know what's so silly is like, it's like if I went on DraftKings and I was trying to do like triage betting, where like I bet for like the Chiefs on DraftKings and I bet for like the Colts on MGM.
Explain why, for someone that's lay, my mom, she doesn't understand triage bet sports betting, just to give it a little understanding. Why would you do that on two different services?
You know, so you're hedging your bets, where it's like you bet on two different platforms, so that way, either way you're gonna make money, but you're betting on both teams on different platforms. So that way,
based on the VIG on the platforms, you pick the optimal VIG.
Yeah, you pick the optimal platform, and then that way you're gonna win money either way. But the fucking like I don't even know who gets mad at it. Probably like the old tax man.
Well, I bet the tax man gets upset. I bet the companies get upset because they probably collude to try to set the lines at the same places, right? They're all competing.
I would say they collude. I would say they collude to set them separately. Honestly, if I was gonna be like,
well, they have to be responsive so I studied economics and we did some sports.
I have a degree in economics.
Okay, me too. Perfect. So we can have this conversation.
Okay, fantastic.
We can do a data science discussion on this. the reason they have to, so, okay, here's a good example. A couple classes above me, a kid did a research project in sports algorithms and gambling and developed a way to, beat the current models. But he was making money with this model.
Yeah,
as soon as that
100%.
paper gets published, it's now built in to the algorithms of all the modeling. So now you don't have an edge. The edge you had is gone.
100%. And dude, so my friend, they had a whole like program coded out, built out, worked out, same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where they were making like tens of thousands of dollars on it, and then the second they like are like, okay, we already have an algorithm that catches wind of when people are winning too much. We're gonna see what it was you were doing.
They reverse engineer back of like, these bets are hitting and our algorithm suggests they shouldn't have hit at these rates of payouts. Why? They reverse engineer, like Bob Lazar being brought to a spacecraft, like, hey, show us how the engine works.
Yeah.
They go, okay, let's go back. How does this betting work? And then it's built in.
Yeah. No,
and so I would think that these companies, DraftKings, MGM, if MGM has a new part of their model that's shifted their money line VIG 10 points, plus 100 to plus 110, MGM or DraftKings or whatever company else is going to have to adapt that into their model, or they're going to get arbitraged.
Oh, 100%.
Right? So
yeah.
the companies are competing against each other to not get arbitraged and to beat the edge of the arbitrage everyone else is trying to play with.
Yeah. And I think like there's something to be said too about like, they do talk to each other. Like there's so much like.
The question at hand here is, Patrick, should we have any ethical red flags come up about dehumanizing everything down to a algorithm? Like to the point of like every decision throughout all of, you can rent a place or not rent a place, and your application will be seen or approved based on an algorithm.
Dude, I think that's honestly the optimal way to do it. I love there being no human touch. I think that is the correct way to live your life. If there was no life to live at all, really.
Yes. Wallacize me.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I mean, like it's crazy. Like even like applying for jobs now, like they put your resume through like the fucking thing where there's an algorithm that picks out like keywords, and if you don't have literally like SEO on your fucking resume, it's insane.
Yeah, I think it's tougher to find, and you will have to seek it out. There are people that are pushing against this. There are still, you won't get to have a corporate job for Schwab. Fine. But dude, you don't have to sell your fucking entire personhood out just because you have to have money to live. And I think a lot of young people in our generation, they're like, well, there goes my ethics. There goes my morals because I have to live.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's hard not to, honestly. Like, What you want me to have morals and not make rent? Like
That's why I think I'm quick to dismiss like arguments in emotion, and most of like the Democrats' policies of the last 12 years have been arguments in emotion. I mean, Obama did a good job with his argumentation, but since then it's just been arguments on emotion.
Oh,
like,
totally.
It's morally, ethically right for X. Or it's bigoted to not do Y.
Yeah.
And it's these moral equivalency arguments of like, well, you're a good person, aren't you?
Well, and then like it's funny from the right too, where it's like they want you to feel like you're a bad person for feeling X, and
you're not bad. You're reasonable. You're logical. It's like okay.
Yeah, it's like remember how it used to be when you could think that Mexicans should be fucking working construction.
Tell me if you see this in your friends where like, I guess I get it because I host the pod. I get it. Ask old friends to come on. I've had some people that are like a little tentative to come on or whatever. And I think it's a market signal for economists like us of like, oh, we're starting to lose the grip. Because if people who would have been them full versions of themselves, no matter who's around, have now thought or decided that the power structures that be are so powerful and care so much about them that they don't get to be their full personhood just because they've decided or they've projected a decision on to a power.
I would almost say like I've seen it be like almost the opposite, where they think that, and therefore they're like extra themselves, like almost like more, like they overcompensate for it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like just like especially like maybe it's more like an online phenomenon, but just like people like being like, oh man, like you're like, especially on Twitter, I feel like that's the whole thing, is like a lot of people being like, oh, you're trying to hold me back. I would have just been a Republican in my basement, but now I'm a Republican in my basement with a platform, and I'm gonna fucking scream, you know?
Right. I don't know where we go from here. As young people are coming into like, you know, the world, how do we navigate the ship back to course correct?
No, and I think that's one of like the funny things that like I've been thinking about is like, man, is like, you know, as much as it is like, oh my gosh, like this all feels like very like real and like right now and important. It's like, would I have felt the same in 2008 against McCain? Like,
right.
100%.
Right.
It's just like, you know, I happen to be at this current moment, and like, I think we're okay. I think everything's going to be fine.
Yeah, I think I agree with you here, where like the conflict and struggles are real and present, but when you step outside of a narrative into the real world and you decide you can sit down with someone and have a conversation or engage in a dialogue, have different ideas and say, and, you know, not chalk it up to, I can't listen to you. You think differently than me, blah, blah, blah. Like,
yeah.
That's where we really
100%. Like, you know, I think like
you beat the Matrix by being in the real world and not in this narrative they're creating for you.
Exactly. Like, it's not like that hard. Like, you read about being like in the Matrix or whatever, like, especially like, and it's so silly. It's like, oh, Logan Paul told you you're in the Matrix. Like, you know what else Logan Paul told you to? Yeah, Logan Paul is actually
probably a CIA agent. Yeah, probably part of the MK Ultra program.
He's actually my favorite MK Ultra.
Have you seen the Suicide Force video?
Yeah, actually, that video is pretty good.
I really only stay up on knowledge about current events and stuff, so I can make jokes like that.
The video where he goes to the Suicide Forest is actually very informative about not killing yourself. I don't know if you've seen it. It's actually really cool.
That's... I mean, here's an example of something where, like, there was backlash, right? Free speech, used his free speech to go to the Suicide Forest. Backlash, and then he can, you know, continue to use his free speech, and he still has a career. There's a lesson here of, like, you're going to get backlash for people, you cut against the grain wherever, you're going to get backlash. That is not a reason to quit. Like, as someone that probably shouldn't be here, and is riding on the bank's time.
That's an interesting take from the Suicide Forest video.
No, yeah, no. It's a very interesting way to come at it. I think of like, you, no matter how bad it is, don't kill yourself or kill your art.
Oh, I was thinking you were more along the lines of like,
don't let them cancel you.
Don't let them cancel you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's the same. It's the same exact logical framework of an argument structure of don't kill yourself because it's not real. These problems are not permanent. It's a permanent solution. It's the same thing of like, what? It's a permanent solution for me to just shut up and not make art anymore. Fuck you.
No,
you don't like the art. You can have critiques. You should be allowed to say I'm bigoted or whatever. But also, I'm still gonna make art and go fuck yourself.
No, sure. Like there are some people like fucking Dalia. Like, I'm not going to listen to his podcast, but he has the right to make a podcast. That's good for him.
I have another buddy that's a huge fan of his pod. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Like, that makes you happy? Cool, man.
Yeah, like, all right, fucking knock yourself out, you know? Like, and so I guess to that extent, like, it's like,
we've almost made it so, like, the power structures seem so ever present that everybody's got to agree at all times. And it's like, no, dude, your art doesn't have to be for everyone. And Chris D'Elia probably shouldn't be for everyone. And that's okay that it could be for some people, I guess, right? We shouldn't rob them of being okay with something they like. That's dumb, I think, too.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, if this is a thing you like, all right, like, I'm assuming he didn't get convicted of anything, and that's why he can still...
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, he couldn't do a podcast if he was in jail, right?
Yeah,
like,
can you?
Is Diddy doing a pod? Is Diddy putting out music right now? No, he's not, because he's behind bars.
Well, but can you?
No,
I would be intrigued.
you can't. The people that have cell phones on them in jail they have them because they've been well behaved for 10 years and they know the guards and they go above and beyond.
Sure,
and all
but I
these
mean,
other
like,
things.
like
So
they
no,
have
they're
like
not supposed
they
to.
have like internet access.
Yeah,
Like
it depends.
Could you make a podcast in jail?
I'm sure you probably could actually.
Like
That's probably a good
like
point.
like This American Jail.
I like it. That's the private from inside the private prison industrial complex.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
Reporting live.
my name is Ira Ass. I just got
listening to.
I just got railed.
Don't drop the soap. We'll be right back.
Exactly.
You're listening to the Courtesy Hour in the Rec Yard.
Yeah. And this episode is brought to you by The Commissary. The Commissary.
Next week's special sponsored by the race war happening in the commissary.
Are you black or are you white? If you're mixed, get out of the way.
Pick a side. It's time to decide. We'll be right back.
I was going to get out of the way. You said no, pick a side. Choose
Choose,
now.
motherfucker.
Choose now.
Or we'll shank you regardless. Pick a side or get shanked. By both sides. Pick a side or we'll shank you both.
Oh, man. No, but also fucking Jesus, dude. The fucking prison industrial complex. Insane.
We did a high school debate case on it, and it was the one case where...
You were in debate in high school?
Yeah, I did PF
Oh
debate
my
junior and senior year.
God, I am so mad you got more pussy than me in high school. That's crazy.
I mean, again, junior and senior year, so I was already getting pussy before I was a debater.
Oh, okay. All right.
Plus, I was never a debater that would talk to a wall. I didn't do oratory shit.
I didn't talk to Wall. I only talked to Tens.
Well, actually, it's what I did specifically, Patrick, was the most like stand-up comedy that I could have gotten in debate because I was the second speaker in PF. So it's 2-on-2 debate. You write a case for both sides. You flip a coin at the start. You pick a side. So we're up against private prisons. Now we're over here. We've got a case prepared. First speaker, my buddy Nathan, gives his speech. They give their speech, the crossfire. And then I go up and I just get to go 3 minutes off the whatever. I'm improv and I go rip apart their points, build up with the stuff we're winning on that. But it's like stand up where it's like I don't get to have a speech prepared as the second speaker in that way. So your manager, big gig.
Is that my manager? Yeah, actually. Yeah. Oh my God, it's my manager.
It's a production company.
Yeah, my manager just texted me and said
You're gay
and retarded.
Wow, both
At the same time.
on a Saturday. That's not very nice of your manager.
I know. God, can I say that? Am I canceled now?
No, please.
I'm gonna be on Chris D'Elia's pod.
I said bad things. I shouldn't continue to talk about it because I ended up actually cutting it from the episode I said it, but I made a horrible joke in the pocket of this pod about the solution to the Middle East being like just glass everything, and I still feel shitty, but I've been revisiting like, oh yeah, that's a horrible thing I said, and I should continue to revisit horrible thing and horrible joke in the pocket. But this is a show, Patrick, where you should swing and miss. I try to swing and miss at least once an episode just to show people that's what it's about.
Okay, hell yeah. My big swing that I'm definitely missing is
the gay and retarded thing.
Yeah, the gay and retarded. No, I mean like that's kind of old hat, honestly. I've been saying that for years. That's like my thing. They put that on shirts for me. It's cool.
American made, and on the back it just says in a little asterisk, gay and retarded. American made with an asterisk.
Yeah,
that's good merch. You can go ahead and have that idea.
Thank
Free.
you. I appreciate that. I will. Dude, have you ever thought
you might be able to help me get this book out to the left because you seem like you understand the left like I do.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely.
So you think they're going to buy a book?
Definitely Chapo Trap House coded.
And are you surprised that no one's tried to sell a meme to the left that they think the left can't have fun?
I mean like
some of the left can't have fun, sure, but some of the right can't have fun either.
The thing from my perspective is like I wouldn't buy it because you don't
like laughter.
I hate.
It's a coffee table book. Hang on. Let me walk you through why you'd want to own this. So you can put it on your nightstand next to your bed. Okay. You bring over a nice young liberal woman, And she goes, what the fuck
Wait, is her hair blue?
Yes, of course.
Thank God.
You bring her back. She's also bi. you bring her back. You bring her back to your place, and you've got this book on your nightstand. You're like, spin Riz the whole night, Rizzler status. You're gonna close the deal here.
As I do.
But then she sees this book. She's like, what? Things Trump knows best. How could you buy such a book? And you go, no, it's a really good read, sweetheart. Open it up. I could never. I'm a blue-haired bisexual young white woman in America. I could never read things Trump knows best. You say, no, open it, I promise you. You'll laugh. I could never laugh at such a thing. She opens the book. She flips through, realizing that there's no content, that Trump doesn't know anything best, and that's the joke. And then she gives you the best sex that you've ever had in your life, Patrick. Is that worth $14.99 to you?
That might be worth
in perpetuity. Yes, it fucking is. Definitely worth $14.99.
Yeah.
That'll get you laid 3 more times after that, Patrick.
I paid more for browsers monthly.
Bingo.
Exactly.
That's how we should advertise the book. Cheaper than browsers monthly. There you go. I'm telling you, that's where you need to set it up in your mind of like, no, this will be a tool. I place this in the right place, and the right company comes in, and it's funny. And that's how I used it in my other reasons to vote for Democrats. Had it on my bookshelf above my desk in my dorm in college. So people would come in thinking I'm a right-wing person. I'm a libertarian. So I'm socially very liberal. And they come in, they're like, why the fuck do you have this? I'm like, no, read it. It's a hilarious, it's a really good book. They have good case in there for why to vote for Democrats. You should read it. Open up. It's free every single time they laugh. I mean, it's just in perpetuity. Laughter in perpetuity. It's so funny.
Wait, so you said you're a libertarian?
I'm very socially liberal. Like, freedom. I think it goes back to the freedom thing.
Like transfer programs, you're like, fuck that. I hate
transfer programs.
Yeah, like welfare.
I mean, very few of them seem to actually help the things. They're fancy, semantic gymnastic, self-masturbatory processes in identity politics that aren't truly meant to actually help.
Well, but if I'm not masturbating myself, who's gonna?
I think it's wrapped up in the signs on the edge of my property line ideals. I think.
Interesting, because as
if you look at the studies, I think that's kind of what they show.
So from my perspective, and like what I learned and stuff a lot in college, and like the stuff.
Where'd you go to school?
UNC in Greeley, which is not
good school. Still a good school.
UNC Bears, Sco Bears.
Sco.
Famously Greeley, not a very liberal town.
That's true.
But like what I learned, like doing like studies there and stuff, was like I was like, oh man, I think actually like there's something to be said about like welfare and like these transfer programs, like where like transfer being like the transference of wealth from the upper class to the lower class, like kind of supporting.
They've done some like real world like hard tests of this. Like they gave people in the city of Denver $50,000.
Sure,
like hard transfer. I mean, that's an extreme transfer program. That's like
I also have issues with like something as like something as easy as like sample size on that is fucking insane. Like, what's the p value on that?
I mean, 95% of all studies are p-hacked. So now we're going to get into a whole different discussion about all of public policy is founded on poor statistical science. All of it, not some of it, all of it.
100%. That's like one of the most like famous things. Like I don't even remember. I was told like the exact like metrics, but it was like a X and Y like plot, and like for like trickle down. He was like, it didn't work, and then like whoever Reagan's like financial dude was like, yeah, what if we just went just like kind of
just move the graph,
and then he was like, that looks better. And then they were like,
Most of the things you see through the government, the media, it's a flipped graph to make it look a certain way.
Oh, totally
Agree with you there.
And it's like it's so interesting the way that like you said, like everything's p-hacked. Like,
I mean, that's I don't mean to attack you. That's a fair point. That study probably isn't at a large enough scope that we can draw meaningful results from it. But like also, like let's step back from PhD statistician level. Clearly, we're not getting there. Let's step back down to like really reductionary things. Dude, people's lives, they're stuck in these bad cycles and they need a way out of it, right? That's what these transfer programs are meant to do, is help people break out of these terrible cycles where there really isn't a way to break them out unless there's some type of transfer program, unless some third party entity steps in, private or public, and says, we're going to try to help this.
But see, like my like I don't know what your background is, but like my background is like I'm like, you know, I come from very poor stock, like naturally. Like I'm doing fucking personally for myself at 26, like
crushing,
fucking way better than like, dude. I would look at my mom when she was 26 and be like, "You fucking broke bitch, get out of here, you fucking poor little." I'd call her the F slur, almost, but I won't.
I mean, I'll let you hold my card if you really want to say it, but. Earn, not given.
Earn, not given.
You can earn it too. Take black dick in the butt.
Well, you know.
Damn, is it worth saying? That's how it works. That's literally all it takes
well,
forever.
I'll say it right now.
Well,
no, all right, I'll go back to that. But like,
that is all it takes. Hang on, let's have this side argument here. That's all it takes. If you've had someone penetrate your butt, you should be able to say that word forever if you're a man.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, I can say it. But also, I don't feel like I don't. You don't
feel
want
to say it.
I don't want to.
There's your freedom of choice,
and
that's the beauty of this country.
No, because part of it is also like I've said it on stage, and then it's been like I've gotten like a look, like you're like what, and I'm like, dude, half of you think I'm trans anyway. Like, what are you even mad at me for saying it? Like,
yeah, that's you just need to not give a fuck about those people.
Nah, I mean, it's
hard not to because you're carrying an empathetic guy. It seems like,
but it's also like, you know, I shouldn't lean on shock value of saying the F slur to be the root of my joke.
That's fair.
You know,
I think that's totally justified. I've been practicing doing clean work. It's hard. I've been working clean. I did my South guest set for a sold out crowd clean.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, that's I was just thinking about that. I didn't even
realize it until my boss was like, "Yo, you realize you're working clean, right?" And I'm like, "No." And I went back and I'm like, "Oh shit, I have to keep trying this because," and like this, I'm not clean here. I've been working clean. And it's harder to get jokes and laughs and clean. But like, if you can do it clean, you should keep mining it, right? I shouldn't push back into shock value from that if I can get laughs.
Yeah. And I think also, like, you know, from a career perspective, it's like, be clean and be funny. And then when you get dirty, it's like, that's an extra.
Once you're a made man, yeah, you should be allowed to be dirty though. Maybe that's how it works.
Yeah, once you're a made man, like Pauly Gaultieri.
Yeah, as if I'm ever going to get made off clean comedy when I have this as a show. I'd be like, we did some side research. This isn't going to cut it. Yeah, your corporate gig with Dr. Squatch is gone, Sean.
Dude, Dr. Squatch just fucking don't tell. I think Dr. Squatch was fucking...
They actually would have me on.
Yeah, they'd be happy.
The pod would be like, oh, that's sweet. You're talking to cool people about like real human things.
You know actual people who live in the cities where we're doing these pop-ups. Like that's great. Please. Now, how do you feel about Don't Tell? At the same time, I guess.
Sorry to derail you. You were making a great great upbringing discussion about your life. Let's get back to that before we get.
I'm definitely on mushrooms right now, man. I'm
really enjoyed where you were headed there. I want to redirect you back.
Oh, okay.
So, no, poor roots. That's kind of Then you go on to learn about economics.
Yeah, poor stock. Go on. Like I'm first in my family to graduate from college.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking fantastic for me. At least at the time. I
interviewed my uncle recently. He was the first in his family to graduate from college.
Oh,
Dude,
really?
from Bettendorf, Iowa, went to MIT. I'm like, well, how the fuck do
Whoa,
you first in
my
your family and you go to MIT?
Dude, I went to Greeley College.
Like, that seems like a good first gen school.
It's like a good,
Like MIT is not a first gen.
MIT, what the fuck? That's crazy. Wait, so did your parents go to college then?
My parents met at Iowa State.
Oh,
That's
okay.
where they actually met, yeah.
Okay, sick. And is that where you went?
No, I went to Coe College in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Small, tiny private school.
College.
COE College. It's the shortest named college in the entire country. Fun fact.
That's fun when you need to really think of something for yourself.
We got lots of things.
We don't have the most rape
anything.
allegations. We definitely are just the shortest name college.
That's kind of cool, though, right?
Yeah.
The shortest, like, numeric, whatever.
I'm gonna ask. Yeah.
Some other college should make it shorter, just for the bit.
Yeah. Yeah. This is
DA College, DA College, the college.
FU College. It's gonna be awesome. Now I'm gonna start telling women. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm the shortest dick comic in the scene. It's actually a cool thing. You should get with it.
I'm the shortest dick comic in the scene. That's funny.
Yeah, the shortest name. Yeah. That's what
Oh, shortest name. Yeah.
Shortest name, the shortest dick.
Two things about me in the scene. I'm always gonna have the shortest name, the shortest cock.
Yeah. Patrick. That's 7 letters. You know what else isn't 7 letters?
Peen.
Yeah. Cock.
It's 4.
Yeah, that's 4. It's funny. I just do COC. It's fun.
So you're legs ahead of where your mom was at this point.
Oh yeah,
That's where you're going with this.
You got to keep.
I'm doing it. This is my job.
Thank you so much. Yeah. In any case, yeah.
And so the way you looked at the world is in that context, that background.
Yes, yeah. Because my mom had me when she was 15.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, like I'm closer in age to my mom than I am to my youngest siblings. I look at the world from the perspective of like, okay, what was my mom doing when I was my age? Was she making cock jokes?
You know what's funny
in a garage?
Not many people might connect with you on this, but I do, because my stepdad's closer to my age than he is my mom's.
Oh, really?
And so I had a tough time growing up thinking like, oh, this, young 20s guy is in my house.
You're not my real dad.
Well, and like frustration of like, why is this young, good looking like guy stealing my family type of thing?
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh, dude, I'm 27. Imagine if I was putting up with an 8 and a 6-year-old kid and like trying to navigate them through, like, holy shit, did he do good?
Also to be your mom, or it's like, oh yeah, I want like a younger, good-looking guy. Like, that's sick, and he's willing to put up with my kids. Like, Jesus, fucking.
My mom's a baller for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
but no, yeah, that is interesting to have that intergenerational, stepping into the shoes perspective of like, okay. There's some extra generosity that needs to be afforded because I have this different perspective.
Yeah, but even like circling back, like, it's like in terms of transfer programs, which is where this all stem from, is like, like I know, like for my family, those were like indispensable in getting me to where I am now. Like being a college graduate, like in terms of now that like even my siblings are in college. And to the point where it's like, if you want to help the people that are lower class, and like it's cyclical, right? Like I was lucky enough to break out of that cycle and to not be like part of it, but like
it's really hard to do, and the only reason you were able to is because of the transfer programs, like you speak to.
Like honestly, yes, like the fact that I had housing, that I had something as as pervasive in the news lately as school lunch programs. Some days, I mean, I'm fat now because I fucking make money. So, but when I was a kid, I wasn't. And like fucking, like, some days, those are the only days you eat. Is when you get breakfast because you go to school. And when you do like, I don't know how much you know about like summer lunch and like breakfast programs. Sometimes that's how you eat those days. Is when those are offered, and those are all like part of these like transfer programs that are all like enveloped under like the umbrella term of welfare, but like at the bigger edge of it, like
There are kids eating food every day.
there are kids eating food, and same with like WIC or something. Like,
It's important that you bring this up.
no, it's huge, and it's like it's easy to be like, oh, okay, like,
It's easy to put it all under the welfare umbrella and say, welfare bad. Those people should help themselves up by their bootstraps. No. This kid needs to eat fucking lunch.
Yeah, like it's like, yeah, no, I believe that everyone should just get $1 million, like. Well, if we get into topics about
because I don't understand economics.
Well,
But
no. If we talk about UBI, that's one thing. But
I mean, I used to be very against MMT. It seems like they've just been printing money, and inflation hasn't been a worry. So I was wrong. I'll take the L on that. Money's fake.
No. Inflation's only at like fucking 3%, right?
I think I'm starting to realize that money, since we've been off the gold standard, money is only real at scale, and the scales are extreme. Money's only real to you if you can't afford lunch, or if you can afford to never give people lunch, or I'm like,
yes,
those extreme ends,
totally,
or that's where money's actually real.
Otherwise, what does it matter?
Money's like for us, like we're like, sure, lower middle class, whatever. Like it's still fake.
Yeah, and I mean, like
even at this degree of poor,
exactly.
Right?
Like we're not well off, but like it's like, you got things to consider. Like, oh, like are you, you got to be like, well, I got to be like. Find a venue or like whatever for like a wedding or something,
right.
It's just like, especially me as like a single man, like I'm like, fucking, I don't know. I'm like, what do I spend all my money on? What am I doing?
Yeah, if you're a single dude that has a decent job, you should be asking, what the fuck am I doing with all this money?
Dude, I straight up, it's
like, otherwise you're sitting around on your thumbs.
Yeah,
like truly, and that's I believe that.
No, that's.
I mean, if someone like you from your roots can be in the position where like you did the work, went through school, took the opportunities that were given. Now you're in a position where like, what do I do with all this money?
Yeah.
I better get a girlfriend, or all this money's gonna just sit around.
I'm like, well, I better have someone to nag
as soon
this.
as you get a partner, though, that money will be gone. Let me just tell you.
Oh no!
And you love it too. You love it because it's part of like. The best part of life is building a life with someone.
I mean, I'm single now. It doesn't mean I was always single.
Yeah,
like,
so
yeah, dude. I was just talking to
Have you been in long-term relationships before?
Yeah. So actually, before I moved in with Jared, sorry
to derail you.
No. You're good. Before I moved in with Jared, I was with my partner from college, and we were together for like 5 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and she was. I said partner just to vary the lead a little bit, but
just because you're being gay.
Yeah, it was a straight relationship. But
well, you're in it, so not that straight.
Yeah,
Come
exactly. On. So bingo.
Come on.
Let's go. She's a little gay.
A little gayest one.
She dated me.
Did you see the video of Trump this week? He was like at a gays for Trump or like some event, and he's like, "Where's gays for Trump?" Like, over here, Mr. President. You don't look gay.
Dude, that you don't look
gay.
That's so funny. I saw that last night.
I had to do an intro once for a show. Trix was the headliner, and the other door staff like, please do the intro as Trump for the late show. It's a late crowd. Do the intro as Trump. So I wrote out the intro.
You do fantastic.
The liberal left doesn't want us to laugh tonight, folks, but we're going to laugh. And I wrote out, but I never said this. I should have. I should have had the balls. I was younger and scared. Give it up for your host and MC, definitely not gay, Steve Vanderplug. But I didn't say definitely not gay. I should have. It was the best line of the whole thing.
Gay, dude. It was so funny. Especially for Vanderplug.
Yeah. It's a great name, too, for him to say. Steve Vanderplug.
I wouldn't let him plug me.
He wouldn't plug me, folks, Steve Vanderplug. Definitely not gay.
Definitely not gay. What's it like working at the club, though?
It's a dream. I mean, I worked at a club in college and was like, I told this in my interview there. I was like, I used to joke, like, don't kill yourself. Get back to, someday you're going to be a door staff at the legendary Comedy Works if you don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
Like, don't kill yourself. Get through college.
Yeah. So. No, that's what.
And I am. So.
Dude. And so, like, do you want more from it? Like, do you want to move up into management? Are you just doing it for comedy? Like, kind of like, what's your perspective on it?
Like I love, I'm in it for the comedy is the main thing. So like I could be a really good manager. I could be a really good bartender or a good server, but like if I'm a server, I'll make more money. But what I also won't do is like, so as quick as I could, I work my way to be the sound guy, because the sound guy, I get to see a little bit more of the show per capita than average store staff.
Yeah.
Not the whole show or anything like that, but like, you know, like I if I'm working a whole weekend of sound, I pretty much know the person's act. And like, I know if they move 10 minutes around on Saturday, like Matthew Broussard early on, like when he came a time ago, like over a year ago, he came and it was the October 7th weekend. And on the Friday show, he did 10 minutes of Jewish material. And then October 7th attack happened, and the Saturday show, that material wasn't in the show at all. Wasn't even moved. He just took it out. And I was like, okay, I noticed this because I'm the sound. I wouldn't get to notice those type of things as someone who's trying to learn. So I'm very spongy minded towards it.
No, that's awesome. I think that's like one of my biggest like things I need to work on is definitely just watching more material, because I'm like, I like who I like, and when it comes out with a new special, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm on it. But otherwise, you know, I'm like,
if you like
ambivalent.
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing was like, I spent a lot of years listening to watch it. So I started as like a fan for probably 8 years of like consuming it and like, oh, this is cool. I'm just a fan. Never thought about me being the person doing it. And then I've spent a lot of time of like learning it, trying to learn it, going to keep learning it. But I think the biggest growth has been seeing the reps in person, being in the clubs. And something I heard on these podcasts when I was sponging that up was like, the old way of doing it was, hey, I want to be a comic. I have to go be a door guy, and I have to eat shit and do the worst job and make no money and clean up puke and poop and everything else, because this is the path. There's no path in comedy, but here's the path. You do the shitty thing, make connections to the shitty thing, learn about the thing that you think you know because you watch a Netflix special, but you don't have any fucking idea what it is.
And you watch the pros do it day in and day out.
And you watch locals come into the club and tours come in and different show structures, and you learn all these things. And if you have a mind for it and a love for it, it's like, you know, I'm confident that I'm stacking knowledge. And if I keep doing this over time, I'm going to, like that guest spot I got, in no objective, reasonable world was I ready for that position based on the reps of comedy I had done.
Yeah.
But because I had been working in the dark 24/7 all the time, writing all the time, thinking about it all the time, when that moment came, I didn't bomb and I rose to it. I got lucky. I mean, I fucking could still eat shit if I did, like I said, in the future. It could definitely happen.
No, of course, like, everyone bombs. But
and so
I mean,
it was like, damn, okay. That was like an experience where it was like, okay, all this work in the dark is not, you're not just shouting into the void for nothing. You're not putting this work in for nothing. There's a you're meant to do this.
Yeah, there's an ends to the means at some point, like, for sure.
And then I had another experience like that, you know, when I went down to Austin, got up at the mothership.
You got up at the mothership? Dude.
On the open mic. So I did 3 minutes.
How'd it go?
And it went well. I did my tightest 3 I've ever done. Best 3 I've ever done.
And fucking they were busting a gut?
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to talk about this on the show, but I'll talk about it a little bit because you asked. No, because I wanted to keep it like a personal thing, because it's my buddy. So I met these dudes. They came up to do a show, Dressed to Kill comedy at South. It was the first show they'd done outside of Austin. They all wear suits. The audience comes dressed up. It's a cool vibe, cool show.
Yeah.
I spark up conversation because I'm working sound, doing production for the show. Invite them to come on the pod. Have a great hang on the pod. End up playing disc golf with these dudes. I go down to Austin, Texas. You know, I'm in their fantasy football league now. Long story short, I drag this dude he was a semifinalist in Austin's Funniest. He's like, I haven't done the open mic at the mothership in like a year. I'm like, I'm tired and hungover. I'm like, dude, please come with me.
Yeah.
Sign up with me because I want to, like, please, just drag him. We both got up. He gave me an entire tip. He's like, you know, Adam, just so you know, Adam Egett watches all these sets. And like, it's a tryout for a door guy job. Like, essentially, he's watching these open mics as like a tryout. Like, he doesn't, he's the booker for the fucking best club, like, the hottest club in the world right now.
Yeah. Oh, dude, right now by a mile, dude.
So, the fact that he sits through Sunday and Monday every single week watching, anywhere from, people that are comics from New York to me do comedy and then like really objectively listen is crazy.
Oh, man.
It's
I'm
insane.
not going to lie. Also, what a shitty job.
Well, he loves it, right? That's what
I'm sure he loves it.
So
I'm talking shit, but like,
so we sign up and it's like 200 some people. It's like Kill Tony, so it's like I'm not getting up on this. But my buddies, Austin's, and so I think we got put on because they wanted to see him set and they hadn't seen him in a while.
Yeah,
and so I happened to ride that, get lucky, and get up.
That's
He
fantastic.
gave me a tip. He goes, Adam watches from the back of the room. So you get in, you brought into Mitzi's, and they go, all right. No photos, no videos. I don't care that you're one of the 16 that got picked. If we see you on your phone, you're out. You get up. We're going to take you up. We're going to put you in the back. As soon as you do your time, you leave. You don't get to stay. You don't get to watch anyone else. You do your 3 minutes and then you leave.
What the fuck?
And so my buddy goes, listen, pro tip, leave some of your stuff by the table. Like leave stuff at the table. So you have to walk back to grab your stuff before you leave.
Yeah.
Because Adam sits in the back of the room. And yada yada, and he had gotten a previous compliment from him doing that, and so he said that tip to me. And long story short, did my set fucking like a dream.
Did you leave shit?
I was 13 or 12 of 16 for the mic.
Okay.
The top guy off top bombed 3 minutes, so I'm pissing my pants. I'm like, I have to watch 11 more of these people, and this guy bombed
no
off the top. And
how do you get that chance? And
a few more people bombed too.
No, oh my god, it's like,
but let's be honest. Those are the type of people you can look at them and tell they're gonna bomb.
But I mean, but you got the chance. Like, why are you even trying at that point? If you're like,
yeah, I don't know. It's the
visibly gonna bomb. Like, it's like,
yeah, it's weird.
I don't know. Like, to me, it's like a thing where it's like, how do you do bad at comedy works? Like, you can't.
Yeah, that room especially is a magic room.
It's so good, but it's like it's hot. They're there for comedy. Like, if you bomb in that hot of a room, it's like, dude, what did you do? Like, did you just talk about like how much you love Al Qaeda for fucking 30 minutes?
You're clearly not connecting with the crowd is the note you should take away from that. Clearly.
Oh my god.
Clearly.
But like,
these people paid money to go to an open mic at the mothership, dude. Like, come on.
That's insane to bomb there.
Yeah, right?
But
anyway, so I'm pissing my pants, dude. The first guy bombed. I'm like scared that like, oh, this is the moment. How do I not rise this exact thing you're telling? I'm telling myself in the back of the room, I'm like, how do you not rise this moment? Quit right now. Don't even go up. Like, this isn't what you're like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
And so I get up, I do well, and I leave my stuff and I go back. And this was the part I was going to leave off there. So maybe I'll cut it. But I hear a voice from that back booth. Hey kid, you're funny. Don't quit. Adam Egan.
No shit.
And that comment will take me through 20 years of not making any money at this.
Oh,
because
100%.
Because Norm's my hero and that's his best friend. And
Dude.
if I did 3 minutes at 15 reps in or whatever the fuck, and that's it. That's all I need.
100%. Dude.
Open micers can tell me I'm the worst forever and I will let it roll off or try to let it roll off.
Like, I mean, 100% you're not the worst. You are better than fucking most of the open micers out there right now. As an open micer, I can say. But like, dude.
But wasn't that crazy? You're someone that understands the gravitas of that
God.
6 words that changed my life.
Legitimately, dude. Like,
I told my boss, my goal and my main job, like they made me set goals. And I was like, one of the goals, I'm going to take the LSAT. Like, I'm 4 years out of school. I've been working, like I'm just going to take the LSAT. I didn't do it because I had a weird vibe. COVID hit a couple months later. I was right. I'm just going to take it. After I got those 6 words from Adam Egan, I was like, I told my boss, I'm not taking the LSAT. I'm not it's a waste of my fucking time to do that.
No, I'd rather put my energy here.
If I went to law school, it would only be like to help someone with comedy or like some legal thing.
Yeah.
It would be in the way that, well, I guess unintended to be a different way, but like, who's the guy that went to Harvard? The name's escaping me. early 2000s comic. He died pretty young. Gosh darn it, Sean.
Fucking.
I have to look it up because it's going to eat.
Damn. The Mexican guy? Maybe I'm just being racist. Was he a white guy?
Greg Giraldo. Greg
Yes,
Giraldo.
okay, I wasn't even being that racist.
Greg Giraldo went to Harvard Law.
Oh, okay.
Practiced for like 6 months and then did comedy.
I did. I was right.
So like reverse of that. Of like I would only go to law school now, knowing that I would use it in some comedian vein.
Yeah.
Like maybe I will help comedians not get robbed like rap artists got robbed by industry managers in the 90s. Maybe I'm on the front side of the next 25 years of comedy boom. Maybe I can learn law just to help my friends not get stolen from.
Well, dude, and I mean also like, you know, it's a good experience thing. Like that's like in comedy, that's the thing like I honestly crave more of is like I need more experiences so I have
things to write about.
But I should seek experiences for the sake of experiences and not for the sake of material.
It's the dirty little trick of like I got better at comedy when I stopped worrying about comedy and started like living more fully, like truly. 100%. And I started being like, oh no, there's a lot of funny things I didn't even realize that's already happened that come out with that full living.
Yeah,
it's this weird battle of balance.
Well, and it's a funny like thing because that's why you get into it in the first place, right? It's because you're like, oh, these funny little things happen to me all the time. Get into it, and then you think about like joke structure and writing and like.
Do you remember the first joke you wrote? While I'm thinking of this, this is a question I've asked a few comics.
Oh, dude, I do.
When was the first joke? Did you write it like within the last year?
No. It's a few years old because I mean Jared's my roommate.
So did you start writing in college?
Yeah, so I've known him since college. So
that's awesome.
I was like, like I'll dabble with you, buddy, but no, my first joke I wrote was like, yeah, my grandma has cancer, but it's okay because she has Alzheimer's as well, so she doesn't remember.
I really like this joke. You tagged it with something too on the last mic I saw you do. That was pretty funny.
I did do it. I do it occasionally just to be like, yeah, that's cute. But when I wrote it, my grandma legitimately had cancer.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's like a way to process it.
Yeah. My closer is about my mom's titty cancer right now.
Oh,
and it's
really?
Yeah. That's the one that Adam liked. I had to call my mom after that mic and be like, hey, Mom, I just got up at the mothership. Also, I'm going to have to keep talking about your tits for at least 3 more years. Sorry, Mom. Love you.
She was like, as long as you can pay for my... as long as you can pay for me to get them done.
She's a baller. She doesn't need me. Thankfully.
No, dude, same. My mom's lovely. My mom loves comedy too. Like,
yes.
Josh Beaver was telling me the other day that he saw my mom at the improv the other night.
Just being a fan?
Yeah, they just went out to see a show and she asked the fucking headliner, like, do you know my son?
Oh, that's so cute.
And he was like, no. But Beaver at least like recognized her and like heard her be like, yeah, he's fat and gay. And he was like, I know exactly.
Josh is like, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he was like, I know a little fat gay guy. That's crazy.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah, but no, that's cute. I love my mom so much. She's great. I talk shit about her in my set so much.
Funny thing to bring in here. I got to pay a compliment that I never thought I got to pay to someone at High Plains recently. I was volunteering. Yeah. Kyle Kinane was walking around, and Kyle Kinane's my stepdad's favorite comic.
Oh, so no way.
Kyle, hey, I have to tell you this. Probably a compliment you've never gotten before, but you're my stepdad's favorite comic, and he's closer to my age than he is my mom's, so he's cool. And he laughed his ass off. He's like, that's hilarious.
The voice of Comedy Central?
The voice of Comedy Central.
Goddamn right. Dude, I felt so bad when we were volunteering at fucking whatever the HQ for High Plains. Fucking when Sam walked in at first, he like came up to me and was like, hey, I got a few names to put on the list. And at first I was like, who the fuck are you?
Oh no, brother.
I didn't say it, like, but it took a minute. It definitely both of us registered that I was like,
Yeah, and
hello, big man.
yeah, I'm large too, sir.
Yeah, just because you're taller than me doesn't mean.
Have you read his book?
Dude, Running the Line. I'm like maybe a third of the way through it right now.
Unacceptable. Finish it.
My god!
I gave my signed copy to the guy that gave me my guest set, the national touring headliner. I made him. I bring it into him the next day or something, I think. But he has my signed copy. So he needs to come back to Conwork South. Jamie Lasso, come back to Conwork South so I can get my Sam Talent signed copy, Running the Light back. It says Sean on the inside.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. Part of the reason I had to stop reading it is because there's a like visceral scene in the towards the beginning, like where she's fucking that dude up. And I was like, it's just like too real. Like
it's so real. I'll tell you this. I hate fiction books. It's my favorite fiction book I've read in my life.
Really?
I hate fiction.
I love fiction. And like I've never.
So that's why we're coming at different, because it's really a nonfiction book masquerading in a fiction story.
100%.
And that's why you don't like it and why I do.
No,
exactly.
I love
that's
it.
Funny.
I love it. But it was just like,
as a fiction reader, I'm saying, yeah.
It was just so well written. I was like,
it's too real.
It was like from an emotional perspective, I was like, fuck, I can't see this dude fuck up.
Dude, wait till you get to the
like,
end, man.
Dude, yeah, no, and that's why I was like, I'm gonna put this down for a minute until maybe I get into a better place.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then I can like maybe feel better about it. But
just a great piece of art, though.
Oh no,
insane!
Like, it's so silly of me to have ever been like, oh, a comic is gonna write a book. Well, we'll see. And it's like, oh, it's almost like he spends every fucking day of his life writing. Like, what the fuck was I thinking?
He's a genius, dude. That guy. I mean, there are people like Sam in the world where it's like, my favorite show I've ever been to was a Sunday Funday show that Alec Flynn hosted, where Sam did the most eclectic set of crowd work for 25 minutes, going down person to person with 17 people in the crowd. Is the best show I've ever been to in my entire life. Insane.
As a comic, I could never.
And the only reason he does it is because he is a genius writer.
Yeah. No, and like you get to a point where it's like you know how to write for things, and like you just word associate, honestly, to such an extent where it's like,
that's what I've been trying to get. Harlan Williams. This is my embarrassment. I'll show my ass too, since you did with the Sam thing.
Yeah,
for the fans.
I'll be honest.
Harlan Williams comes to town to South last January, and I'm like, I don't really know who the fuck this is. I'm like, this guy was in a movie in like the late 90s or 2000s. Like, who is this fucking guy?
Okay,
dude, egg on my face whole year round. This guy's my new hero. The way he looks at he finds comedy in every single sentence if he wants to. And that's the right way to look at the world. That's the happiest way you can look at the world, is I'm walking through and words are just fun little, that's a pure, cool way to look at the world. And I can't believe I missed out on that for so long. There's got to be more people out there like that.
I mean, that's an interesting though, like perspective on it. Is it's like, oh, everything's funny because it's funny, or like, do you look at comedy more like as things are funny because they're funny? I keep fucking this.
Well, as someone who was like fucking thinking about suicide at 9, was overthinking the world and our place in it at 10, you know, like these type of, for me, it's like, oh no, I've gone this full scope of like, no, you should be making a statement. You should be like speaking your truth. You should be like making a social commentary, back to like, no, words are funny and silly.
Well, but then how do you justify like where it's like, okay, what's your joke structure? Are you doing like, you know, rules of threes?
Is it funny? Period.
Did you read Seinfeld's book? It's very informative.
Harlan walks on stage and he goes, man, will you turn your head around like an owl? And it's hilarious. And there's no joke structure. There's no analysis for why it's fucking hilarious, but it's hilarious.
Dude.
And that's what you can get out of working in the clubs, is like, oh, no. Shatter the joke structure and open mic illusion.
Fuck
of like,
that.
no, dude.
That's so
man, will you
funny.
spin your head around like an owl real quick for me? Sir, if you can uncross your arms, it's gay. You know, whatever. He doesn't say that, but.
No, dude, that's like the first thick skin I ever went to. Kobos was like, looked at this like bald dude with like fucking glasses on. He was like, bro, you look fast as fuck, bro. It was one of the, even looking back, it's one of
He's used that. So he does that all the time. And that,
you look fast as fuck.
and that's something funny. Is that's something I would never know that's something he's used multiple times unless I worked in the club, because
yes,
and so
100%.
now he uses that. Maybe he used it one time and feels, oh shit, that works. It would work again.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that this dude's bald and wears glasses. Really has fucking not dick all to do with it.
Yeah.
I could say this to anyone.
Yeah, like it really works.
And so you develop this like Rolodex as a comic of these like tools in your
like
toolkit.
little things.
This is how my economist professor says. We're not learning anything. We're learning tools in a toolkit that you can put on your tool belt. And you come across a situation in the world and you say, let me try this tool. Tool's not working very well. Let me try a different tool. That's what great comics like Matt and everyone, Harlan, they've got an unlimited Rolodex of all these little things that they know will work, and they just pull it out whenever they want. And him, it feels like he doesn't need joke structure or whatever else, because it's like the Rolodex gets so big that it's just you. You just get to be you.
Yeah.
And you know that you can come out with, spin your head around whenever.
Yeah, very much so. That's so much fun. I love that. So, like, my other degree is in English, just because I fucking
love that.
Love writing, love reading, like that whole thing. And so that was like such a fun, like, kind of, intersectionality between like my like disciplines is like very much so agreed. Like, it's like stuff to put in your tool belt. And it's like, it's easy to be...
Which is what education should be about and used to be about before they were making cogs to put in factories. Before the Rockefellers paid the Department of Education in the early 1900s. They paid them to change how we were educating our children.
Yeah.
It used to be tools in a toolkit. You go out in the world and you have a good tool belt, or you don't because you're a learner.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's so entrenched. And like, that's like, I'm very lucky, especially in school, because like, dude, I am like a great test taker.
Nice.
I am fantastic at it, to the point where like I failed my AP US history class,
but got a 5 on the test.
Yeah, I literally, yes.
Which is one of the hardest AP tests.
Yeah, I fucking aced that shit, easy peas. Because like, I showed up, I went and did it. I just didn't do the homework. So I had to do like fucking credit recovery. I couldn't go to college to get my fucking things until I did credit recovery. And I was like, dude, I have 6 college credits off this one fucking test. Like, I think that should be enough for me to pass. But like, at the same time, it's like my sister, who is totally opposite. She fucking studies very hard, does all the homework, and just is a bad test taker, like crumbles under the pressure, like the time, like all that stuff, like very much so is not a good test taker. And it's like, I'm lucky because it's like built for me, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that it's a matter of the world doesn't get built in a certain way, or like, I think we get too obsessed with the structures around us and like how we fit in the structures.
Okay.
I think everybody, if they evaluate, they all have superpowers. They just need to identify what they are.
Sure. I was gonna say, like, well, let's talk about, like, I was like, there's a lot of structures and systems.
Well, structures and systems, yes, you have to fit within them, and they're wrong, I think wrong in a lot of fronts. But my point being, like, you can start a company and be the richest man on earth, like, without any fucking school. Like, you, like they like the wealthiest of Americans are people that typically aren't doing these structured things.
Well, so I mean, nowadays the wealthiest Americans are, it goes back to like robber baron shit, where it's like, wealthiest among us have generational wealth. No. You think there's more new money?
There is. Yeah, because new money's worth so much more.
Well, but I mean, I guess tech, but
yeah, that's why.
But outside of tech, but I mean, like, even tech's getting old, dude.
It's all, I mean, yeah, but that is,
like, look at Bill Gates. Like,
it's all money.
He's in his 70s.
It's all tech money. If you exclude tech, you're right. It's just old wealth.
It's old money, but even tech's old now.
I don't know if I can agree with that because of the AI thing too, right? Because all these companies, they put AI in their name, and now they get the 20% bump of evaluation.
They did, but not anymore.
They still are.
Really?
I think.
That's all speculation. That's 100% speculation.
Yeah, it is.
No one likes it.
Yeah. I mean, it's in everything, though.
Because they insisted it was.
Okay, so this is the same type of thing with like, if you talk to people, they don't think that other social-based arguments should be interwoven into everything like they are now. You know, like most common people are like, we don't need to be talking about all these things that we're talking about all the time. Like, they're not that important. People are people. And it's now injected itself. It's so deeply injected that I think it's part of everything. Where like you can't get your resume seen because you're...
But at the same time, I feel like they bit themselves in the ass because it's like, people are like, yeah, you insisted it's everywhere and we don't like it. Like, why can't I go to Google? And like, I know how to use Google, which is such
I agree with you. I think
an old head argument, which is funny to use Google as an old head argument, but
it's funny. I think I agree with you. I just think we've reached a stage of power distortion where once it becomes so pervasive like social media is bad, but because it's reached past the precipice of mass adoption, it will never come back. We're never going to get it back. No, but like... And so the same type of thing with AI. If AI is in all of your search algorithms already, it's going to be there forever. You're not going to pull it back. That's the problem.
I think we're never going to pull it back, but I feel like it was more like they were already doing it and then they just like insisted it was in your face, you know?
Okay, yeah, that's true too. They were already probably, very along the train with that.
All it is AI from like the perspective they use it is just like LLMs and stuff.
Right.
Like, that's all predictive text was, which we've had on our phones for years. Like
my favorite game growing up was those games where it's like you are in an open field and you look to the north and there's a bird. Yeah, to the east there's a wind and a call. And you say walk east. And you walk east for 3 miles. And right, that's 100%. Original predictive text.
Like
those games. Yes, those DOS games. Yes.
Yeah. It's like, you can't do that. But now it's like, oh, okay, you can now.
Well, now the large language models be like, I can't say that word. No matter how many times you tell me to say it, I'm not saying that word. You can't go north. That's pretty good. Sorry. That's a little too good to stumble on that. Yeah. Might have to write that down. It's a little too good.
Yeah, also, could I snag another beer?
Please. Let's just take a quick pause so we can, since we're not doing food today because Patrick's being kind to me in my busy ass work week.
Also, clearly don't need food.
Well, we both love food, clearly. Come on, man. We don't need to go to war, but the U.S. loves war. Come on.
I'm a hawk.
And we'll kick us to break with our signature station identification. You're listening to 91.1. Oh, shit, was that another plane? We'll be right back. We're back. We're live. It's the After Hours show.
Oh, wait. Can I do like a... Please. Can I do like a radio station call in?
Yeah. We're back. We're live. We got a caller on the line.
Am I live?
You're on the air, caller. Go ahead.
Fuck.
Oh, you can't be saying that, caller. Come on now.
No, just...
We had to drop the call. We had to drop on the FCC regulation. Drop the call.
Did you see that the other day after the Dodgers game?
No. What happened?
Like the pitcher was like, are we on the air? And he's like, yeah, we're live right now. And he was like, yeah, we don't fucking care. It was fucking sick.
I love that.
I was like, fuck the Dodgers as a...
You can sit back. Get comfy. Sink into the couch. I'll move the mic to you. You get comfy.
No.
You want to be up and ready?
I want to be up.
Okay, well then, I just want to... Yeah. Just feel good.
I want to be up.
Okay, cool. Right on. Well, we didn't have any wings to enjoy today, but we have enjoyed some conversation.
Yeah.
You've been asking me about how the fuck life works for me, which I've appreciated.
No, which is astounding to me. I feel like...
Trying to be my generation's Joe Rogan doesn't happen without...
Legitimately, like...
I'm trying to put in the work so I can say that and not feel like an absolute asshole.
No, you're going to be the guy that does it. Like I like to say I'm a busy guy and I do a lot of things, but like...
And I like really love this, man. Like, I love that you're here with me. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
You're making my week. Thank you.
No, thank you for having me. Legitimately, I'm happy to be here. It was fun circumstance too that like...
Yes, let's talk. Thank you. this is deserving to be talked about after our show. How did we come to be? We didn't just bump into each other on open mic. Sean doesn't go to open mics. He's a loser.
Well, you don't go to open mics.
Because
I've seen you
I don't.
twice.
I don't. And you know why? Because I'm working at South. That's the only reason you don't see me at open mics is because I'm working.
You're getting booked, and it's working. So, dude, you get booked more than I do.
But aside from that bullshit comment that I was trying to joke about, sorry.
No, but you're right.
Thanks, dude.
You're it's working out. Man.
Before I started, I was like, my buddy I started the pod with, Makana. He's in New York right now. And dude, I'm so happy for him. He was working at a bar, went to another bar, Irish pub. Lo and behold, a couple comics walk in one day. I'm like, dude, you know how to get a door guy job. You gotta get, I know you're there in New York to be around this thing that you love. Do it. Find a way to do it.
Yeah.
It walked in on him. Ryan Long and the boys cast walked in. Their mic fell through wherever they were doing it, and now they're doing it at Jack Diamond's New York, I think is the name of the place where he works. Yeah.
Damn.
So now he gets to see, he smoked a cigarette on his break yesterday with, I was talking on the phone with Are You Garbage guys, big dude from Are You Garbage, the bigger of the two. Are You Garbage with, fuck. I'm so bad with names right now, Sean.
No, but I mean, also, I think what's so impressive to me is, dude.
With H. Foley. He's like, I was smoking a cigarette with H. Foley.
Okay.
I'm you're a comic, word. Hell yeah. That's
hell
sick.
Yeah.
You're getting to get those interactions that I was excited for you to get as a door guy.
You're actually doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's so impressive to me about you is dude, obviously you have your day job or whatever, but that you humble yourself enough to be no, I need to do this door guy job.
Definitely.
It's working out.
Made my life way better. Here's the thing. I was 340 pounds 3-4 years ago, and I had horrible chronic pain that I'd been dealing with for years. And I got a spinal fusion, double spinal fusion from the front, filet fish style, where they pick through the bits.
No way.
8 omnidirectional screws in my spine. Yeah.
No way.
Under
from
2 years ago.
Front?
From the front, dude. They cut me from belly button down to
dude,
above your dick.
Nobody likes it from the front.
Filet fish style, I call it. Picking through the bits.
God damn, picking through the bits.
And I somehow woke up from that. So, and now I can fucking walk and sit. I wouldn't have been able to sit with you some of the early pod days. I was going through so much pain where I fell asleep, was hurting too bad. I'm so grateful. And a lot of that's because this extra door guy job, because it's getting me steps. It's making me do the shit work of being on my feet, getting on the ground to clean stuff up, to just pick up chairs, move stuff, that kind of stuff. That extra hard work has been unintentionally amazing for my life.
Yeah.
So now I'm 255.
And I mean, at your height.
Yeah. So that's
fucking
awesome.
insane.
So I'm trying. Yeah. Well, I carried 340 well, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, I'm going to say, I was thinking
I joked at that point,
on you is
I was trying to make this, I was trying to make this joke work of I'm obese, I'm overweight passing at the time. That's when my obesity loses to my height. Yeah. But I can't really do that yet anywhere. But
no, you can't do that. So it's good to see.
I'm a little too slim.
Yeah,
because I'm so tall. Yeah.
But no, I mean,
I'm still probably obese. I should look it up.
BMI is gay. As a fat man, I can say that.
Yeah, thanks. I've been always in strong camp supporter of team BMI is gay. Especially for BMI. Strong. From a family of female athletes, BMI is gay.
From a family of females.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, one of my favorite things is
I like how I derailed him from trying to give me my flowers. He was really trying to really be such a nice guy and give me an authentic compliment. I'm like, nope, we're not doing that. I'm going to just take you aside from that. Go.
I still got it in.
Okay. Fuck.
You talked about working at South.
No, I'm just I'll shut up and let you actually pay me my compliment. I need to get better about that.
No, but 100%, dude, you are fucking legitimately working so hard. I could never.
Well, I hope that, whether I get to be comedy's Narnward or my generation's Joe Rogan or whatever the fuck kind of words and semantic gymnastics, I hope I'm around for a while.
All I'm gonna say is I'm happy to know you, man.
Dude, I'm happy to know you, man. And the way we met is a very funny story.
Oh yes, so circling all the way back.
All the way back. I was working a show at South, and it was a showcase show, and there was this comic from Arizona in, and get to chatting it up. Like Mitch and I have got a podcast, and that if he's ever back in town, love to cook him some chicken. And I sent a DM to him, what I thought was him.
And I get this DM, and I'm like, well, sorry, bud. Not,
dude, you're so kind.
not me.
You're like, this is definitely not for me.
Yeah, I was like, hey, man, yeah, my bad. Like, I was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think you were like, I'm sorry, this is definitely not for me. But like, thanks for the nice message or something. And I was like, dude.
Gracious.
And then, and so I was like, what a funny way to get ourselves into a great conversation and hopefully a long friendship now.
100%. And then it also just happenstance that then we worked together at High Plains like the next day.
So funny.
Like, it was like, what a small world.
That was one of those moments that I continue to have where I start to think it's determinalism.
Like you like
I will pick the decisions I'm gonna pick through my free will, and it's laid out and it's meant to be this way.
And it is what it is. Like it was already meant to be.
Like that, I mean, I've always been a strong free will kind of campist versus the free will determinism. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say
in the
like,
philosophical discussion,
in like the sense of like everything's laid out already.
I mean,
like,
typically that's the dichotomy
things.
of the thing of like you either are in this camp of free will or determinism. Like,
yeah,
it's a philosophical, I think, dichotomy that they try to strip down to just pure dichotomy.
No, it's absolutely not.
I don't think maybe it is, but I
absolutely no way.
It's almost like you can have free will, but you have to let your spirit accept the possibility of determinism, and it enhances your free will towards a deterministic outcome, is what it feels like.
You know what opened me up to determinism?
Please.
Was
Open me up.
Talking to my fucking... I decided I'm going to call her my ex-wife.
Okay.
Is that fun?
That is
for
fun.
me to do?
Please.
To say I have an ex-wife?
I think it's fun. I'm having fun with it.
We were common law married.
Oh, then it's your ex-wife. Then you're also legally correct.
Yeah, legally I'm correct.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, you were in the state of Colorado, right? You can do the joke anywhere and say that, I think.
Yeah,
because you were at... Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Fuck the details, dude.
Fuck
People
the
get hung
details.
up on the details.
You know, funny enough, my ex-wife left me because I never proposed.
Little did she know we were already married.
Yeah, I think
That's a good joke. You did go something with that.
Yeah, I'll write that down.
She would have stayed if she knew we were already married or something like that.
No, she wanted the ring.
Mm-hmm.
That's what. But no. Like thinking about that, where she was like, she would be like upset because she was like, you slept with so many people beforehand. Like, what makes me special? I'd be like, hey, you too. Like one, like you. But also like, you know, it's like the mistakes you make along the way are, and that was like my framework was like the mistakes you make along the way are like bring you up to.
I don't think there's a winning this discussion as someone that's, because I had this discussion with two females on the guests on the pod off air in this context of like how to attack this exact thing. I don't know how the fuck you win at this. I don't know if there is a winning.
But there's not a winning in my opinion. The opinion in my mind is like making it where it's not the mistakes you make along the way. It's like we both just need to come to the acceptance that I'm a person, you're a person, things happen and will continue to happen. And if we happen to coalesce in this moment, then fantastic. And like our journeys aren't linear.
Yeah.
And like they might be determinist, they might be laid out for us, but it's more like if so, if not, we aren't the ones to know, and it doesn't matter. And
so going through that made you more deterministic, you think?
I think it made me think about it more. Like, because before I was like, fuck that. Like, I hate the Catholic Church. Like, they can kill themselves. Like, fucking whatever. I just thought about it from like a religious perspective. And then,
were you raised Catholic as well?
No, I was raised my mom had me when she was 15. We were not religious.
That's funny. There's some humor there.
Yeah.
It would have been a miracle if mom even had religion in her life at 15, having a kid.
That, or
can you imagine?
That, or I would have had a very old dad.
Pastor's kid.
Yeah. Funny enough, pastor passed away. But no. Yeah, it, like I always thought about it in like like religion is where like you think about like the path ahead kind of like perspective versus like where it's like no, you can look back and kind of think moving forward and kind of like about determinism and like what's meant to be and what isn't.
Yeah, like how you're better off for the bad things and the good things that have happened in your life.
Yeah, like it's like
the rocky path that you've taken has led you to be.
Yeah, was I meant to have done those things?
Yes.
Am
so
I
that's
meant to have continued to do those things?
But I don't think so. Here's where I get hung up too. Is like, so then do I make a judgment call, or do I come to X decision in my life on X day? Do I, accepting this new knowledge about determinism and how it's made me a better me, all the things that have happened, how does that impact my coming across X? I don't know if it can, because if it does, doesn't that now change what it would have been and the evaluation I've come to?
Well, but I mean,
but
don't
I have to always be a free will absolutist because I've always been a free will absolute under this philosophical discussion?
No. Like under a philosophical, like to the point where it's like it's only straight like one way. It's like, to that extent, you can hand wave it as like, yeah, you were always meant to find out that you were determinist, and that's it.
And my free will. Okay, yeah. See, that's fun. I love those kind of things.
Yeah,
those thought experiments are fun for me. I like those. It's like the silly jokes for me. Those thought experiments are like silly.
It's a good hand wave, but like I do like that like kind of thought process where it's like when you stop and think about like, do I have free will? It's like, is that not almost the moment you lose your free will? Because
is the questioning about it? So is consciousness a video game around determinism then?
No. And I think determinism,
like a simulation within determinism. Is our consciousness is simulation within a deterministic playing field? I
mean, like I would argue it's like the other way around, where like it's a simulation and we have determinism to like make sense of things.
Okay, so it's a deterministic.
We draw the line ourselves. Like, of course, this was always meant to happen because it did.
It's a fascinating thing to think about, I think.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a...
I wish I was... Yeah, this guy. Hit him with for the episode. There we go. I'll have to pull that one. It'll be a fun new take. I love your shirt, by the way. What a fun podcast shirt to wear.
Yeah, it's Peach Pit.
The band.
Good band.
I had an ex that was into that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I was gonna ask about that. Like,
I don't. Just a heads up. I don't talk about and have like my relationship on my Instagram and stuff because of the work that she does. So we don't need to bring that in. If it's about old stuff, happy to talk about that. The current stuff is not.
No. More hypothetical. Like go back to the deterministic thing.
Love hypothetical.
Like, is it
situation?
Like, yeah,
that's an old bit on the show, like OG bit. Situations. Give me the situations. You give me the situation.
Yeah, like, but yeah, no, like
you can lay out any situation. You've never been on the show, but lay out a hypothetical situation.
Any hypothetical.
Through this hypothetical, I can learn something, or I can be put in a situation for you to illustrate, or I'll illustrate to you my morals or ethics through what I do in the situation you lay out.
You're putting too much work on me to make.
No, just come up. It's a fun improv game. You come up with a situation, and then I have to answer. Like the old word games we were talking about, the early 2000s, where you say, "Go north, go east." Yeah. You can direct me of what I can answer to and stuff like that.
Yeah. No. Sure.
Yeah. Blue sky, got the shirt. I got you.
That's right. I'm wearing blue. I'm voting Kamala.
Kamala Harris. I'm flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted that he has not said this line, and I think he can buy it off me if he sends me enough. Just take it from me. But chameleon Kamala. I call her always changing colors. That Kamala. 1 minute she is Indian, now she's black. I call her chameleon Kamala.
Dude,
aren't you flabbergasted? He hasn't come across that himself.
Dude, it's right there.
It's right there, dude. Chameleon Kamala. Come on, dude. Chameleon Kamala, only 30 days to the election. I guess 5. We're recording this ex post facto. After the fact, they'll steal it from you like they did last time.
Only tomorrow. Dude, that's like one of the fucking Katie McDonald has a great joke about that.
We don't need to. I don't.
No, I won't say it.
I don't want to step on it, but
yeah,
that's fine.
I won't step on it. But shout out, Katie.
I'll check it out. Katie McDonald.
Yeah,
Free ad. Love it.
free ad.
We only do ads for people we love here, so
She's fantastic.
fantastic. Follow her. Do you know her at? I'll put it here if I'm that good at editing this.
Let's see if I can remember it.
How life busy is.
Katie McDons, I think.
Right here. I want it right here, Sean. Put it right here.
and then put a big McDonald's burger right here.
I might get pulled, right? That's copyright.
Well, it can be clip art.
Clip art.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's play a new fun game. Look at that picture to your left. This mystery picture.
Nice.
Don't say what it is. Don't say what it is. I want to keep it in. Okay, fine. Say what it is. It's Lizzo. It's celebrities on sandwiches. Who do you think a man or a woman guest gave this to me?
Man,
a woman guest gave this to me.
No way, really?
Yeah, dude. Christina. I'm going to be able to do bits for years to come with this. And she gave that to me. That was her gift for the studio.
Dude.
Where's your gift?
Oh my god!
You come in my home with no gift.
I do come in.
I'm literally just fucking with Patrick here. I'm not that kind of a dude. Where's your gift for me?
You even told me. Wait,
no.
You gonna go out to my car?
Please do not. I'm just fucking around with you, brother. Please don't hold any. Don't feel bad about it.
I have so much stuff in my trunk.
Here's the thing.
My car.
Why don't we just have you back on the show, and then maybe next time you bring a gift.
Yeah,
just a reason to have you back. I'll still send you with a gift. Don't you worry.
Oh man. Also, legitimately, we don't have to. Legitimately. I have so much stuff in my trunk.
Just random shit. If you want to throw something on the wall, that's random.
We could legitimately make it a thing where we walk out to my car, like a little handheld segment.
Yeah, you wanted to do it?
If you think that would be cool.
I mean, we've never taken the pod on the road. I think we don't want to break the fifth wall on the people.
Okay, I got it.
Maybe locationally it might be a little rough for people to be like, what? We're not in a. We thought this was a very high-end production space.
We're in a studio designed to look like a room.
This is meant to be a garage. Took a lot of work to make this professional recording studio look like it was set up in a garage. That's insane. Insane of you to suggest that it might actually be in a garage.
That's like a lot of the Daily Mail. They do a lot of that.
What?
They'll do a lot of what's her name?
Professional broadcast things that are done in
it's designed to look like it's like a Twitch streamer's room or something, but it's clearly a set.
Really? Why?
The Daily Mail does that with their chick that they female.
I haven't seen this. That's funny. I'll have to check that out. That's interesting.
It's very it's intriguing the way
to get to the younger viewers, or what do you think?
Yeah, it has to be. But I think also they're posting it online more than anything. That's their bigger market.
Maybe it's algorithm based. Maybe the algorithm picks up on it. It thinks it's a stream, so it gets pushed to different things.
Yeah.
Wow. So news is able to get to other things if they set up news to look like it's streaming. This is how much the news is lost, by the way, on a media landscape.
Analog media is dead.
Well, so the news is just dead.
I don't know about analog. But...
We got a little mouse friend. I hate to say it to you, but I just saw a little mouse.
I want to kiss him.
I need to tell this story. Well, actually, I might need to save it as a bit because I said it to someone else, and it was pretty funny this week, but I had to run it with a mouse. I'm very Buddhist, so I opened the door, which I might do now. We have to pause and try to get this bad boy out of here, and then come back and hide you. I also gotta stop holding you captive in my home.
No, you're good.
You got any commitments? Contracts to sign, places to be?
Not for a while. I'm not gonna be anywhere till 6.
Okay, cool. It's 5. Just fucking with the viewers. They're like, we don't know what time it was recorded.
I gotta go.
It's scary.
It's 7:30.
The lights are a little different than they were before. If I'm a huge fan of the show, they're a little more yellow than they were.
Yeah,
they were looking a little too white for me. Too office vibe. Turn the yellow up a little bit before this recording.
Where's the camera kind of looking? All right, yeah.
How it done?
I've also refused to look at myself on the
monitor. Yeah, I know. I can tell. It's good. It's better. My uncle was struggling with the camera. He just kept doing the. I'm like, just talk to me. Just forget that's even there.
Yeah, don't
The
think
whole
about
time
it.
he's like,
I've never been on TV before.
I mean, he did a great job. He's been to
on
MIT
TV.
before. He doesn't need TV. He's been to MIT.
Yeah, your uncle then went to MIT.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I'm gonna circle back to hypotheticals.
Please.
What would you do if you went to MIT but you were gay?
What would I do if I went to MIT but I was gay? Am I still me then under the framework? Or do I count as gay now?
You're an inch taller.
Do I count as gay now? And I'm an inch taller?
No, but you're gayer.
Gayer, okay. Like just hard.
Exclusively women
gay.
repulse you. Yeah. Yeah.
But the way they act and they carry themselves is my favorite thing.
And that's how you are.
I get it. Okay, cool. I'm on the same page. Sorry, I just understand people really well and have friends that are, you know.
I'm an empath. That's what you would say if you're gay at MIT.
I would study sociology, not economics. I'd study that. That's the biggest difference. That's a great joke for anyone that's a really big academia head. That would be the big difference. Is I wouldn't say economics. I'd study sociology.
Yeah, been in it. Psychology.
Maybe psychology.
Yeah, dude. Fucking every woman I know studied psychology.
That's true. I mean, psychology is a very, very prominent field.
No, it's good. It's good.
I read a study that was like 2/3 or 1/3 of all working women work in HR related job. So a third of all American working women are just holding up the system.
Yeah, good.
Just holding up the system from
I need them to
meaningful things that could be happening. They're just oil, like fucking clunks of oil in the cloud that needs to be cleaned out, dude.
I love it.
Fuck
Hold
that.
up this. Hold me.
Yeah. Slow things down.
Yeah, please make it slower.
So you think a European, like we should have 3 months of vacation and really not like produce
110%.
anything? Totally. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I mean, like, dude, I work remote.
Oh yeah, so you're already on board.
Yeah, I don't need to
You
fucking
give this guy a walkable city and a gelato cone, and he's sold.
Well, not a walkable city. I'm walking anywhere, obviously.
That's right. It's still going to keep that part of our Americanism.
Yeah.
Not walking to shit. You better have a parking lot in that gelato place.
I need an Uber to come pick me up.
Fuck if it's right next to the fucking Fountain Trujillo or whatever. It better fucking have a parking spot. My Ram 1500 better be able to pull up by the gelato, or I'm not getting any. That's too good. Are you a sports fan of Denver sports? So I have I'll let you know this as a loyal fan or guest of the show. I've got a partial season ticket package, so if I'm ever in need of someone, if you're a Nugs fan, I'll give you a call.
Dude,
we're up top this year. We're up higher than we were last year, but
I don't give a fuck. I'll sit high enough to give me diabetes.
I know I can tell that you are a good fan just being with you. So you're someone I'd want to go to a game with.
Yeah, no, dude. So last year, I fucking went to the game with my roommate, and fucking, I don't know, like Nicola Duncan.
And you're fucking at the game?
Yeah, dude. So and
you and your roommate.
After I and they were roommates, and then I busted. But no, fucking
That's just good riffing, folks. That's just good family riffing.
It's good old family riffing. But no, dude, I like stood up because they dunked it or something. And I spilt my beer on a child in front of me.
Don't bring your kids to the Nuggets. We're the best fans in sports. Read the fucking GM survey.
Yeah, I'm gonna cheer, bitch, and get drunk. But I felt so bad. So I told the dad and the kid. I was like, I'm so sorry. And he was very gracious about it, not mad, very cool. And then maybe 20 minutes later, he was like, could you stop saying the F word so much?
That was fine of him to say 20 minutes later. That was kind of him to afford you that kind of gratitude as well.
I was like, he waited. And I was like,
that actually would make me more mad.
I was pissed.
That would make me so much
I
more
was
mad now that I think
fucking
about it. I
mad,
would have been
dude.
so much more mad.
I was also 20 minutes more drunk.
Yeah,
so I
totally.
was like,
God damn, dude.
I was like, dude, we fucking got over it.
We
I
definitely
spilled
need to go
beer
to the
in
game
your
together.
kid.
Yeah, we'll have a great time. We'll have a
What's your
great time.
problem, man? Like, all right. But like, I was like, he was cool about it. I can't say fuck again, but I'm gonna call him a faggot. I'm not gonna,
Nice.
I'm sorry. I actually said it. I shouldn't have.
No, it's okay. It was in good taste. He doesn't. He's deserving to that father who you spilled a beer on his child.
Dude, I mean, I'll say.
I mean, if he didn't wait 20 minutes, we wouldn't have to use that word. How about that?
Yeah. How about that?
How about you just say
it
it off
the bat?
sweetheart? How about that? Just tell me not to use it off the bat, and I won't use that word for you.
Exactly.
Sweetheart.
Also, I'm bisexual. Can I half say it?
I mean, I'm giving you. I mean, yeah. Do you take when you're in a bisexual?
No, I'm strictly top.
Well, then you can't say it.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, that is how it works.
Oh, no way.
Correct.
Interesting.
I'm setting the rules.
I repeal. Thank you.
I mean,
I didn't know if that was established.
I mean, that's.
If that was established law.
I think that seems like a reasonable place to draw the fucking line at the sphincter opening.
I think the fucking line is a good place to draw the fucking line.
Yeah, I mean, I don't give a shit. Anyone can say it. I'm not going to stop someone from saying it.
No, I'll call him out about this until the day I die. But like, I was a fucking brand new comic, went up at Tavern in 26th, and fucking did well. And Calvin Reed was hosting, and he was like, "So what are you?" And I was like, "Who knows?" And he's like, "No, what are you?" I was like,
Yeah, accepting, right?
I was like, "Dude, why are you outing me?"
I've been parts of lots of communities, and let me tell you, it's the unaccepting nature is driven by white women in the community.
No. Calvin,
Unfortunately.
like Calvin was excited. It's just like he just like pushed it on me.
I don't even know. I don't think I know Calvin that well.
Really, Calvin's a good guy.
Have to check
Calvin's
out Calvin,
fantastic. Very, very funny comic.
Yeah.
I 100% like.
No, I wasn't trying to speak to Calvin specifically. Is why I'm backtracking.
But
is I kinda
white women, I get.
they're the ones that make the areas and communities not accepting. Like
Totally, like the whole like gay best friend like culture. It's like, can't you just have a friend? Like that's funny that you have like a cool little label on it. That's
it's a useful label. Let's get like really like just strip away the bullshit. Like those are useful abusive things that are like psychologically manipulative within the structures of society, and them knowing that they could, these are 48 laws of power in a different way. There's just not a book by Robert E. Lee or Greene about it. If Robert Greene wrote a book about the 48 laws of womanhood, they'd be lined out for you exactly the same way, and you'd be like, "This is horrible. I can't believe prisoners read this." It'd be exactly the same type of thing.
It's true. I
Exactly.
just want Robert E. Lee to write something about womanhood.
Robert E. Lee's treatise on women.
It's just popcorn Lego.
Old timey vibes and everything.
I say no. I say.
I'm gonna get you hiding and get you out of here.
Sounds good.
Well, have you heard of this country, England?
Where?
Yeah, right. Stupid. They've got this silly little thing over there. They do knighting. You have to call people sir. Well, here at Top Shelf Studios, after a long form conversation, I'm doing the hiding. Because all my life, people have been like, "Hey, I got a couple inches. How's the weather up there?" Shit like this. Because I'm stuck in this unfortunately large frame. But what I've come to learn, now that I've got this prefrontal lobe that's settled in, is that these are just meat suits, vehicles, if you will, that we drive every day. And that there are tall people that are kind and short people that are kind, and tall people that are assholes and short people that are assholes. And that, the human spirit and soul and experience is so much deeper than the meat suits, which we get evaluated on our color and size of so often, and appearance of so often, more than the things that really matter. So after a long form conversation, I'm giving you a heart height. How tall do you stand physically, Patrick?
Oh man, like 5'6" probably.
Is that very honest?
Yeah,
Look at that honesty.
I would say 5'7" on Tinder. Yeah.
There you go. Good man. I heart height thee, Patrick Trujillo. 6'5". That might be a heavy heart. You might have some health problems with that, but
no, it's okay.
You're a kind soul. You clearly very much afford time to care for others, for yourself, and you're pushing for a better peoplehood and world. So thanks for being here, part of this experience, and thanks for being my friend, dude. It's good to fucking get to know you.
It's good to get to know you too, man. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah. Where can the people check you out before we get you out of here?
Also, Patrick Trujillo Comedy on Instagram. That's probably my main thing. I don't look at the monitor. I'm scared of it. The lights. I look even wider.
Well, it's been a pleasure, dude. I hope we can do it again soon. And I hope we survive this election in 5 days.
Yeah, vote for
the winner. I don't know.
Yeah, you can
vote because it matters.
You can just put a big bleep after I said.
Yeah, vote for beep.
Yeah,
that's a lot of editing work.
That is a lot.
We'll just remind people that they could like and subscribe. They could follow you on Instagram.
Yeah,
see him around town. He's very funny. I've been to multiple open mics. I mean, if you happen to go to open mics, this guy's the guy that you want up. You don't want something else. This is the guy that you want taking the mic. Different white guy. Yeah. This is your white guy. I'm the white guy. The one. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Fuck off and be well. Fuck you guys.